Okay, all right, my friends, hello. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Katrina Kofed. I'm a nutritionist, I'm an anti-diet health coach, and I help women and men and people of all kinds overcome emotional eating, overcome stress eating, heal the relationship with food, understand practical nutrition, and basically create healthy habits that are truly going to last for life. So, I am starting a new series today, and this is the first video, and it's going to be called Diet Culture Debunked. And I'm really excited about this because I've had the idea for a while now and just haven't really done anything about it. You guys know, if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn maybe, that I talk a lot about anti-diet content, and I break down diets a lot and really how diets and restrictive dieting and restrictive eating can lead to a lot of issues around food, can lead to anxiety, stress, fear around foods, can lead to compensatory behaviors like compulsive exercise. All these things. There are a lot of negative effects of dieting. Not to mention, I think the biggest thing that most people can relate to with diets is that it causes you to be on this yo-yo cycle, right? So what is yo-yo dieting? And that is when you, let's say, go on a really restrictive diet and you maybe are eating 1,200 calories a day because you want to lose 20 pounds the next 3 weeks before you go on vacation in Cabo. What do I know? And you are on this super restrictive diet. At first, you're really gung-ho about it. You're like willpowering your way through. And then you hit the second week, or maybe in my case, the third day, and the 1,200 calories just is not cutting it anymore for you. And you end up binging. You overeat, you break your diet, you feel like crap, you feel guilty, you feel ashamed, you feel like you just didn't have the willpower to follow through, okay? So diets set people up for failure in a lot of ways, and I talk a lot in all seriousness about this with my clients, and that's a big part of what I help people do, is really heal from toxic diet culture and understand how can we incorporate nutrient-dense, healthy, satisfying meals and also balance out our health behaviors and make sure we're optimizing our well-being, right? But along with that, how can we do all that without sacrificing our mental health and without feeling like this desperation or scarcity or restriction around food and like health and food and health habits, or should I say exercise and dieting, are taking up so much of our brain space, okay? So that's enough about that. So this series is really supposed to be more of a fun, like lighthearted take on all these horrible diets that are out there. And there are a lot of them. So I'm really curious. I would love to hear what you guys think about this idea. And I would love for you to leave the diet that you want me to review in the comments below. So today, if you can't tell by the title, I'm going to be reviewing and going over a nutritionist perspective of the very sketchy, very bad, in my opinion, weight loss diet called Optavia. So I'm really curious if you guys have heard of this or not. If you haven't, you are in for a roller coaster today. This one is pretty crazy, so I thought it would be a great way to kick off this series, Debunking Diet Culture. So let's get into it. My drink of choice today is water because I had an iced coffee earlier. You guys know normally my cats would be making an appearance, but they were being kind of crazy, so I put them in the garage so I could film a video in peace without two little nug rats running around all over me. I have my phone pulled up here, and I'm going to go through the Optavia website, and I'm going to put it up here so you guys can scroll through while I'm looking at it too. So let me see. Let's get situated. Okay, so we open up the Optavia webpage, and right off the bat, there's a little promo of how they were featured in People magazine. Now, let's remember, when we're evaluating diets, we're gonna be evaluating them from an evidence-based approach. What does that mean? It means, is there enough well-done research to back up whether or not this diet is actually effective? And then to do this, we also have to talk about what is our definition of effective. Is it how much weight were you able to lose in the shortest amount of time? Or is it, were you able to lose weight in a sustainable, realistic, and healthy way? And then were you able to keep it off for months and years down the road? Anytime I'm talking about a diet with any of my clients or anyone in my audience, I'm always looking at my metric of success, if you will, as a nutritionist, to help someone evaluate if a diet is effective or not, is not, did the keto diet help you lose 30 pounds in 30 days? It's, did this diet help you lose weight sustainably and in a healthy way? And did it help you keep it off down the road? Okay, so let's think about these factors as we go through and evaluate Optavia. They say if you're someone who wants to reclaim your health and change your lifestyle, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Optavia. So right off the bat, we can see in this little intro screen right here, it says we've helped countless people just like you achieve personal transformation with these 4 powerful supports. Independent Optavia coaches. Okay, I have so much beef with this. We're gonna get into why. A community of warm, like-minded people. We always love a good community, but only if it's a healthy an approachable diet or health program to begin with. Clinically proven plans and scientifically developed products called Fuelings designed by dietitians, scientists, and physicians. Remember this statement because it's gonna become relevant in just a second. And number 4, our Habits of Health transformational system offers easy steps to a sustainably healthy lifestyle. Off the bat, it seems like, okay, this is a sustainable, healthy approach. It seems like it's science-based. They had dietitians and physicians, collaborate to create these Fuelings, and let's learn more about what those Fuelings are. There's community, there's habit, behavior change. It seems good on the cover. So let's see what's really going on. What I always, again, as a nutritionist, you guys, when I'm evaluating a program like this, I'm looking at these programs all say that they're science-based or that a dietitian or a clinician developed them. So where is the evidence of this, okay? Who is the dietitian? And maybe they don't give the name, but what kind of research did they do to develop them? And in my case, I do think there should be a name of what health professionals developed this program or developed this concept for me to deem it reputable at all as a fellow nutritionist and health professional. So not too much info on the main page. Let's go over here to the menu. And then let's look at products and programs. Okay, so let's check out the Optimal Weight. This is called the 5-in-1 program. Achieve your healthy weight. Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan. Eating 6 small meals per day is the first healthy habit you will learn. On the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan, your body enters a gentle but efficient fat-burning state while retaining lean muscle mass. Okay, so 6 small meals per day. I get a lot of questions about, should I be eating 3 meals a day? Should I be having 6 small meals a day? Like, what is the best way to eat for my metabolism? And this second statement of your body enters a gentle but efficient fat burning state, your body is not necessarily going to be in a fat burning state just from you eating 6 meals a day. It's going to be in a more fat burning state because you are eating at a caloric deficit. So it needs more energy, in which case it's going to burn fat, right? That's how weight loss occurs. So right off the bat, and again, notice that there is nothing about how were these meals, how was this program developed? Is it evidence-based? We don't know. They say it's evidence-based, but so far there's been no evidence of that evidence. There's no evidence of whatever research or whatever professional background that these clinicians have who supposedly developed the program. Choose from more than 60 convenient, nutritionally interchangeable, scientifically designed Fuelings. In addition to 5 Fuelings each day, you'll learn another healthy habit, how to make a lean and green meal for you and your family. Okay, so of course my next question is, what on earth is a Fueling? That sounds like the biggest diet talk I've ever heard of, okay? So let's look at this. Essentials Optimal Kit 5-in-1 plan. Okay, I'll bite. Let's check out this kit and see what it has to offer. Can we talk about how this is literally an image of processed food that costs, this Essential Optimal Kit has 119 servings apparently, which is a decent number of servings. However, what is the price on it? I believe it said like $378 on the last page, right? Which is pretty insane. So not to mention, I mean, you guys, at the end of the day, not even at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, any diet under the sun that tells you the way to lose weight is by having you eat all of these processed foods is just not one that ultimately is going to be actually science-based and one that cares about your health in the long run. Because one thing all nutritionists and dietitians can agree on, regardless of what end of the spectrum of nutrition science you come from, is that more whole foods and less processed foods is going to be the best thing for your nutrition and for your well-being, right? For your overall health. A program like this that is literally based on you. So it said you're gonna eat 5 of these Fuelings per day, and then you're gonna have 1 meal that you make at home. So 5 of your meals are going to be these like processed foods throughout the day. So that is just right off the bat, like pretty concerning, and looks, one, extremely expensive. It looks like a great way for them to make a bunch of money selling you this packaged and very highly processed product. Don't get me wrong, you guys know I really don't demonize any food. I don't demonize processed food. However, it's just very out of integrity, and it's very, what is the word? Disingenuous to sell customers a weight loss plan that is full of processed foods and therefore becomes very expensive for them to even get involved with in the first place. Okay, so let's look at what even is in these Fuelings. Classic flavors you know and love with something for everyone. That's what essential Fuelings are all about. Tomatoes and tomatoes and herbs, cranberries and honey, chocolate and mint, raisins and oats. That's like such an interesting little combo list right there. Let's see the product information. Okay, I want to look at some of these products because I'm really curious of like as to what is actually in them. Let's go to, can't we just buy shop? Let's go to shop and let's look at choose your own Fuelings because I really just need to know like what are these products actually. Step 1, meal category. Let's look at breakfast style. Okay, so here we have a golden chocolate chip pancake mix. Let's see what's in there. Okay, so these don't, I mean, they look like not that good, but why do they have to come in that box that just doesn't look good? Let's see the ingredients. Right off the bat, soy protein isolate is the first ingredient, which whey protein concentrate, which like soy protein isolate, definitely not a food I would recommend eating a lot of. I get a lot of questions about soy. I'm gonna address that in a different TikTok video. Let me know if you guys want a whole video debunking the myths around soy. Short story, soy products are actually really beneficial for your health when they are minimally processed, and soy protein isolate and soybean oil are two of the only soy products that I recommend people stay away from because they're extremely highly processed. So right off the bat, the fact that this is like the first ingredient, which the first ingredient in any packaged food means that there's the largest quantity of that food in the product. Soy protein isolate, I'm not impressed. It's a really cheap, very cheaply made product. Soy protein isolate is very cheap, and that's why a lot of companies use it as a cheap protein filler for whatever crappy product that they're making to then sell you at a price of, so it says there's 7 servings per container and the box is $22.25. Like that's pretty excessive for a very cheap filler protein. The rest of the ingredients, I mean, I'm not really impressed. The rest of the ingredients aren't awful, but the soy protein isolate, the whey protein concentrate, don't love either of those at all. Not to mention the fact that, yeah, it contains bioengineered food ingredients, which we could have a whole separate video about genetically modified foods, but that's because it contains soy protein isolate. So don't really love this. Let's see the nutrition facts. So 1 serving is 1 sacket, and I'm very curious, like how much does 1 sacket make? You know what I mean? So mixing instructions. Okay, so 1 serving, oh my gosh, 1 sacket is literally 100 calories. And to make it, you add 3 tablespoons of cold water, and that's it. So you're not adding anything else that would consist of more calories, which is just buck wild to me. So you've got 4 grams of fiber in this, and you've got 12 grams of protein, which is like decent, but again, it's basically soy protein isolate and whey protein. So I'm getting very into the weeds with this one, but I'm just like very unimpressed. And can you imagine paying almost $23 for a box where there's 7 sackets and each one literally has 100 calories, like 100 calories. So the whole point with this program is that you have these 6 small meals a day, but they're not really meals because this is like one of the meals, one of the Fuelings, and this is literally 100 calories. Like that's not even what I would constitute as a snack. Okay, so this is pretty crazy. I will say though, for people, I mean, they're essentially kind of putting people on almost like a starvation diet because the diets are so low calorie. So I will say at least it does have some protein to keep you full, but that's just this meal. Let's go back and look at, let's go back to the shop page. Let's look at the snacks. Crisps and popcorn. Portion controlled, guilt-free, and convenient. Okay, olive oil and sea salt popcorn. $11.25 for a box of basic frickin' popcorn that you can buy at the store with 7 servings in it. I mean, again, this is just like ridiculous. You could buy this at the store for a fraction of the cost. Let's see what else they have. Choose your own Fuelings. And let's go back to the meal category. Let's check out the shakes and the smoothies. Okay, essential creamy chocolate shake mix. Oh, what do you think? Are we gonna be impressed? Let's look at the nutrition facts. Okay, again, 1 sacket is 100 calories. So that kind of seems like it's their standard for these Fuelings is that they're around 100 calories. So do the math. You're having 5 of these Fuelings a day, that's 500 calories, and then you're having 1 lean and green meal, which let's go figure out how many calories and what's actually allowed in these lean and green meals. Again, this isn't awful. I mean, it's just a protein shake. Again, first, I keep saying again, but first ingredient, soy protein isolate right off the bat. And then they use soluble corn fiber, okay? Fructose, whey protein concentrate, sugar, modified cornstarch. I mean, I'm just like, it feels so low effort. Like if you're gonna make a protein powder and charge people $20 to $25 for 7 servings, that is pretty obscene. What is that? Is my math good? That's a little over $3 for a 100 calorie serving of protein powder. I mean, you could get so much more bang for your buck buying a much higher quality organic plant-based protein powder from Costco or from Target. Like from Amazon, you know, from any store. So this is pretty crazy. Ingredients, again, unimpressed. Nutrition facts, at least it's got some protein. The soluble corn fiber is just to give people some fiber, something to keep them full, because this is a strictly, I would go as far as to call this a starvation diet. Let's figure out what these fuelings involve. So I'm gonna go back to the 5-in-1 page, or not the fuelings, what am I talking about? Okay, so here we need to talk about this. So they have a body mass index measure, or a scale, or whatever calculator. Your BMI measures how healthy your weight is based on your height. BMI has been debunked so many times by this point because it is not the most medically accurate way to determine your actual health factors or whether or not your weight is appropriate for you. Okay, hello again. So it's a new day. My camera decided to stop working yesterday, so we had a bit of fun figuring that out last night. But I wanted to move on to the final part of this video, talking all about Optavia. So obviously I spent the first part of this video really going through what is Optavia, what are these fuelings included, and what is the basis of this diet. So we have obviously seen that they say it's evidence-based, they say it's created by physicians and by dietitians. There is no evidence of that on their website, okay? So if it is, they're not really giving us much of an effort to believe them because none of this information is listed on their website. And even if it was formulated by dietitians and physicians, it is still an extremely restrictive, honestly, at some points dangerous weight loss diet, okay? And you can even, there was a part, like at the bottom, there's a disclaimer on the Optavia website that says, if you lose weight too quickly, you can get gallstones in your gallbladder. And so that's like a side effect that they have to talk about because people lose weight so quickly, and that it's dangerous to lose weight quickly. So note that Optavia is very aware of this. They're very aware of the effects that this diet is having because, again, think about it. If someone's following this 5-in-1 program where they're having 5 of these fuelings a day, that's 500 calories, and then they're having their one lean and green meal. Let's be generous. Let's say that's maybe 200 calories, okay? That is literally 700 calories for the day. And let's be really conservative, and let's say they're having 1,000 calories a day, which I don't think they are, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. That is still 1,000 calories a day, and these people are probably still exercising. They're living their day-to-day lives, you know? So all in all, this diet is truly, it's one of the most egregious weight loss diets I've ever seen, and it is still so pervasively popular. And we didn't even get into the Optavia coaches, okay? This is where it's like, you guys know how I feel about people who do not have any background, any formal education or training in the fields of nutrition, of health science, of wellness, biology, physiology, all these things, giving advice and leading other people to make change. And it's, I mean, again, quite frankly, this whole thing is dangerous. On a really restrictive diet like this, where let's be generous and say people are going from maybe eating 2,200 calories a day to now eating 1,000 calories a day, you're gonna see a lot of side effects, right? Not only one, is it extremely startling to your body to literally go into a 1,200 calorie deficit or 1,200 calorie adjustment, I should say, but 2, you're having no informed and educated professional oversight. You're literally having another Optavia coach lead you through the program. And in one of their web pages, they state that, as if it's a good thing, that 90% of Optavia coaches were previously clients, right? So you've got a bit of this like network marketing structure in there as well, which we don't need to get into in this video. My point is, Optavia coaches, there are no requirements for becoming a coach besides, like, it seems like having done the program and being a proponent of the diet. So that's huge red flag, number 1. Number 2 red flag is that it's an extremely unsustainable, restrictive weight loss diet. Okay, it's quite frankly, it's extremely dangerous to follow this diet. Can you lose weight quickly? Absolutely, yeah. You could also lose weight if you were to go do the master cleanse and drink nothing but lemon water for 10 days, you would lose weight. Could it impact your metabolism and potentially damage your metabolism, affecting your hormone levels, affecting your cortisol levels, affecting your sleep, affecting your mental health? Let's talk about mental health. Yes, 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 yes to all the above, okay? Coaches, restrictive diet. Number 3, most egregious part of this diet is that it is literally not even healthy foods that are good for you. They are all processed foods. So 5 of your fuelings are these processed foods that you add water to. And let's be clear, like I said earlier, it's not that I think all processed foods are bad. You guys know I'm not really a teetotaler type of nutritionist. But it's important to know that how else is this company going to make their money besides you signing up and then selling you these very expensive, really overpriced processed food products that aren't even that high quality? It would be one thing if it were at least a high quality, overpriced product. It's not. It's a very cheap, high-priced, overpriced product, right, that you're paying for. So there's just like so many pieces of this diet, of this program, that are just egregious, dangerous, and really crappy for a consumer.